Happy late Monday evening, Wilmington, Ohio, 45177. So, um, I was having some chow with my daughter and an older lady, for her age, incredibly attractive, probably in her late 60s, early 70s. Um, had a gentleman with her. Both look they look like business people. If I didn't know better, the lady, uh, I would, if I had to guess, probably a lawyer, um, or someone incredibly well spoken, and very. I was wow. It was kind of a little, and I don't know, but anyway, she said she had stumbled upon some of these podcasts, and then she had researched and seen and some of the social media posts and comments, and seen where the um, Judge John Tim Ruddick had been charged with 31 counts of misconduct, admits to 28, and has a hearing on November the 8th, I believe it is. I'll post the address in the comment box once I reopen that link to find out when it is, because I'll be there. Um, because that man's a pathological liar. I'll say it to his face and gladly welcome any frivolous lawsuit that wants to be launched my way. But I will tell you now, stand the fuck by, because I counted today 8 lies that I can prove that he knows are lies. So um, there's that. But this very distinguished female said she, and quote unquote, you and Mr. Petrie and Jane are doing amazing things. I think she said to her with her old town. Perhaps she was from here at some point. I don't know. Uh, I've been here, with the exception of the times that I was, in the Marine Corps. Since this shit, 10 years old, I think. I'd never seen her, um, but I will tell you this. She said, "Don't you worry." She said, "Gather all of those, or announce to all of those who may have um, potential grievances toward any lawyer in this town or any public official, and launch them." She had stated what she's bringing is going to cause mass destruction. So, whatever happened to this highly, highly intelligent, very distinctive woman, I think perhaps at some point, I don't know, uh, but they say things happen in their own time. Um, and that's kind of, the gentleman said same thing. He said, they mentioned that it's been a long time coming. So I don't know if um, there was the dirty bunch mentioned. So this has been going on for a long time. At one point people lived, in fear in this town from these fucking punks, because that's what they are. They're punks, and with positions of power that it's at one point in time they could probably do some serious destruction. But with today's technology, good luck with that. Best of luck with that, because everybody's walking around with a camera and a recorder. Um, so it's like I said, man, all things in God's time. But I will tell you this, and take it how you want it. I shit you not. This woman was intimidating. So, if you little creatures out there know such a woman, she's coming for you. So I'll leave that alone. And uh, no names, none needed. So I can't wait. I look forward to seeing what this what she's bringing with her. Wow, perhaps something very bad happened in the past that now she says, well, you know what? Now's the perfect time, and it is. So I'm announcing to every citizen of Wilmington, Ohio. Some of you watch this on another format. So I ask you anything with any lawyer or any official that you believe or you feel in your heart that you've been hurt in any way, assaulted in any way, that or just simply treated that you know in your heart of hearts is not right, and that you feared coming forward. If that is you, I know lots of you send me messages and emails. Please label it or put in the subject box problem, and that way I'll know to go straight to it. And if you need help, um, you know, being guided to the website, or you need computer help, I will definitely help you. And I'm sure there's other folks out there that will gladly sit down with you, because I know some of you, my older listeners out there, are not very computer savvy, and that's okay. Uh, that's fine. We will help you out. Um, so the day draweth nigh, and I'm very happy, uh, because now that I know, and I feel a hell of a lot more secure just from today, because I know whatever is coming today, what's what comes out of this hearing with Mr. Ruddick. I have a feeling shit's going to get twice fold with a lot of them. A lot of these old timers that have since either about to retire or possibly have retired. But I can't imagine, there's some things that simply just don't have statute of limitations attached to them. So we can only assume. But I wanted to also touch base. Um, this man, uh, and his eloquent lies, and I've supplied this, to the proper people handling some of these the hearing. It was stated that his family was attacked. No one attacked your family. They exposed you and your derelict son, and I mean that's there's nothing wrong with that. I didn't do it. Daryl didn't do it. We aided and we were part of the vehicle of doing so, and that's what good community service is all about. If why would anybody want to push a potential head case into the bench to be a judge? Who in the hell? I mean, and anybody out there that would want to aid or cover any of these actions up and deceive the good people of this town, you are sincere pieces of shit. You really are. You should not even be able to call yourselves Americans. You are garbage. Complete and total garbage. I'll say it to your face. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, why? I mean, anybody that would knowingly, not just Brett, anyone, push someone into a slot. Oh, he's got my last name. You long term last name. Ooh. But then attached to that is a gentleman who self-admitted, while on the job working for the city, to abuse drugs and alcohol. But then also pictured throwing hammers at his children, and then the bizarre way in which you're about to hear he admitted doing so. Wow. Um, but then for all of that, to there people out there wanting to try to hide that from the citizens who are seeking the right candidate, and it just doesn't happen here. It's just not here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, It's pockets all over the damn country where these people have these agendas and these sick narratives just to further themselves or make themselves look good. I think you're finding out how that's working out. How this little worm was running around saying this cheating liar was better than everyone else. What the hell? That's in this gentleman's mind, that's what he truly thinks is better. A cheating liar, someone who is willing to lie and cheat in an election. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but weren't there millions of people calling for the imprisonment of these cheaters that are accused cheaters on both parties of the Republican and Democratic Party for the presidential run? I mean, cheating is never good, especially when you have on a robe that spews honor, integrity. That is what these people are supposed to be about. Nothing more, nothing less. No biases, no endorsements, no lies, no cheating. He did it all under the blanket of accusing people of attacking his family and gaining permission by the Ohio Supreme Court to run out and um, break his code of conduct. So, um, just so we're clear here, this is this is again, and I got to tell you, for those of you who have never heard this, you're about to hear it now. Um, this is our former law director, and was the law director at the time this was taken, a city official, who admits to Daryl Petrie, knowing he's being recorded, um, that he threw hammers at his children.
Goddamn well that you did not fucking hide up behind my house and take a picture. Okay. Well, thank you, because I'm not very stealth as big as I am. You have been pissed at him for doing it. I was just kind of caught off guard. I was working. I had like a 1-minute conversation with him, and I laughed about it. And I thought, you guys use each other for your own ends. I thought there's no fucking way he was out there chucking hammers at kids. There's got to be some explanation. That's what I thought. There is an explanation. Do you want to know what it was? Yes. I don't think I have to explain to you, but I guess I will. Because Tony trespassed on somebody else's property and took fucking pictures of me with my family, all right? Okay. We were talking about brains, right? How brains work, right? Yeah. So we were sitting there on the side, my 7-year-old and my 8-year-old. I said, hit yourself as hard as you can and then step ahead. So like, I can't. I'm like, why? And they're like, I don't know, I can't. Like, you can't. Physically, you can't, right? Okay. I said, but your brain would not allow you to do that. It literally stops you from fucking killing yourself, right? Yeah. No, so we go outside in the yard, right? We go 5 feet from each other, right? I say, throw the hammer at me. And I go, right? Why not? Just throw it. Physically, throw it. You can do it. And I'm like, come on, kid. So it'd be 35 feet, and that's when they would throw it, or I would throw it, because we can get out of the way, right? Yeah. The whole fucking point was how our brains intercede on us subconsciously, you know? That's what my private thing about my family was. Okay, well, I mean, I was teaching them about a fucking brain. Okay. Well, does that make sense? Well, yeah, to you it does, and that's all right. I mean, sometimes. My son, who scored perfect on his fucking math on the assessment. Let's see this year.
I challenge everyone to listen to that a few times. This man has stated that one, that the guy who just went through major spine surgery, still uh, awaiting more, climbed into trees, and took pictures of him and his family playing. This man defined throwing a hammer at a child as playing. A couple of things. Have any of you ever said, "Hey, I'm going to play a game throwing hammers at my child"? I would probably say not. Have any of you ever sat back and thought to yourselves that it's at 7 and 8 years old, it's time to teach your children about the performances of the human brain and how it will not permit you to harm yourself? Well, most people at around 13, 12, maybe 10 understand how flawed that is. And this is a man in his 40s giving a period of instruction to children, teaching them that their brains will not allow them to harm themselves. Is that not worrisome? Your brain will absolutely allow you to harm yourself in many ways. Overeating, indulging in drinking, indulging in drugs, suicide, self mutilation. So I'm we can talk about the flaws of this gentleman's theories and uh, instructing his children at another time. But at no point do you hear, yeah, you know what? It sounds bizarre. At no point do you hear these people ever being accountable for the very, very, very bizarre actions that they call attacks. Is so reporting this act to the police department is an attack. Exposing these actions to potential voters, having the opportunity to actually educate a lot of voters on what they might be casting a vote for, that's attacking. That's our duties as American citizens to educate others and yourselves on the people that you're casting a vote for. But in these people's eyes, that's a tax, ladies and gentlemen. That's attacking their family. No, it's attacking two public officials who are liars and cheats. One of them states he doesn't care about the consequences right after he said he had permission. Why would there be any consequences if permission was gained? I think we're finding out that the majority of that entire social media eloquent rant was complete bullshit. And the people who fell into that, commenting on that, kissing the ass of that liar. Well, I what say you now? Super foolish, huh? Yeah, the big eloquent judge has now been caught lying and cheating. By what? Ordinary citizens getting involved. And I cannot wait. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, um, that woman, and it was I felt like I was in the presence of greatness. So again, these are the types of people that we've on many occasions looked up to, trusted with making decisions for us and with our money. How are we looking now? How what has this area gone to in the past and okay, let's say 15, 20 years? I bet you not a single soul could stand up and say that it's been better. with Judge Ruddick at the helm. In fact, I would journey to say most of them would probably say, eh, not so good, and would question very, very swiftly some of the sentences that this man has passed. I can't tell you that I would, I don't know, but um, this is a mission for all citizens that if you know, I'm not telling you to become a rat. Rats suck, but we're talking about public officials. You know, these people not only have control of lots of things that have to do with you, but everyone else. You know, you might think, oh, they're my buddy. They'll take care of me. They will stab you in the nuts at drop of a hat. Promise you. Some of you out there know what it's like to get used by these people, or at least by one of them. I saw that firsthand. I sure did. Got some screenshots of it. Um, so, like I said, folks, if there's anyone out there, and if you know anyone that doesn't have computer access, doesn't hear this, doesn't have the ability to create their own grievances, that that is something that's wrong. That it needs to be brought forward and placed into the hands of the appropriate authorities. And I can assure you now, uh, there's lots of them listening because they're seeing the little evil tyrants that run around here and abuse their positions, their skills as a lawyer. How sad. How sad to work so damn hard to bust your ass for 7 long years and due to poor leadership or poor guidance or poor apprenticeships that you've been led to believe that you can take advantage of people and get away with it, and you risk it all for dumb shit. Well, there's a few of them out there being investigated right now. I'm looking forward to how that turns out. There's a few that's outright after being here for a few months, seeing how and why our court systems and our legal systems is referred to as kangaroo court. That's a joke. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a part of something so elite and with and honorable and work my ass off so hard and to be made out as a joke. I challenge any of you to go to another area, speak to an attorney if you have any of your friends or families, and ask them what Clinton County is is called, the legal system, kangaroo court. They mock it, they laugh at it, because these people just make shit up as they go. It may or may not coincide with the law. I know a lot of ex parte communications take place. Guarantee you. Got a few recordings. That's going to come in real damn handy. So, again, I'm going to sign off with that. Um, I'm, I'm almost, I'm like, I mean, it makes me want this woman has got me, she's got me stoked. I mean, as to what she's got that's going to be so catastrophic. I can't wait because she definitely don't have fear in her eye now. Oh no. So I just wonder if it's like some of the old day shit where she was threatened or possibly beaten or who knows, or maybe forced out, or and she has all the goods on some of these shit bags. and just waited for the perfect moment to spring it. Boy, what a time to do it. Anyway, I pray for our leadership. I pray for our mayor. I pray for our officers, even the bad ones. I pray the hand of God is laid upon you, and the light of Jesus Christ comes in your heart, and you make a turn and start living on the light side versus the dark. Stop using your shield as a way of to be abusive or to gain some type of power kick. People like that are shitbags, and they're out there, and not just here; they're everywhere. Um, I pray for this judicial system that they call kangaroo court. I hope one day that uh, uh, someone comes in, and that someone is not here currently. I don't believe Andrew McCoy is going to be a sour extension of Judge Ruddick. I mean, they all came from the same law firm: Mr. Dickman, Mr. McCoy, Brett Ruddick, Judge Ruddick, appeal law offices. Katie Wilkin. I'm pretty sure Katie Wilkin. I don't know if she is being investigated along with Mr. Dickman for their parts in illegal foreclosures and home sales. We'll see. Um, I remember this. It was a long time ago. It was this town used to be so much better. I don't know how, but perhaps I was just young and naive and put a lot of faith in them. When you get old, educated, and you see what people really are capable of, and you become sour. But again, more than likely signs of the times. But we're now seeing it, folks. We're now seeing that these shitbags that claim to be better than everyone else are walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a fucking duck. I mean, you've got people out there, not just myself and Daryl and Jane. There's others out there screaming to the top of their lungs. These people are freaking bad. They're doing horrible shit in the name of the law. And I feel that this is gonna eventually make its way to a higher level of recognition. In fact, I'm certain of it. And people who actually live by their code, live with honor and integrity, do as they're supposed to do, they're not going to take this shit. And their opinions can become pretty damn powerful. I've seen a few of these wow. But anyway, that's all I've got. Simplified. God bless. I pray for this country. I pray for this. I pray for whoever gets elected president. To be quite honest with you, either one of them scared the shit out of me at this point. I'm being honest. I mean, did President Trump rip out a page book of Ronald Reagan and run with it? Yep. It's called deregulation, and that's what this country is supposed to run on. And everybody has, all these hypersensitive, agenda-driven, narrative people who want, their special interests tended to, and hundreds of millions of dollars a year to do. So we're gonna save this fucking dirt fish over here, man. But we're not gonna drill for oil. We're gonna keep paying billions to get it from Russia or Saudi. And we are ourselves sitting on the largest reserve of oil in the world. Think about that next time you go to the freaking gas pump. So, yeah, I mean, that's all Trump has done. Tore the page book from an incredibly great president and ran with it, got recognition from it, and ran his fucking mouth for 4 years. Unpresidential, unprofessional, and for I don't know. I can't get behind something like that. I can't. That's not impressive to me. It's not at all. Kamala, I mean, you can count on zero hands how many votes she got for, last go around. None. So I would hate to be in her position, getting forced into something that she knows nothing about. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is a woman who kept hundreds, if not thousands, of black prisoners in prison over their times to use for cheap labor. This is a fact. This is a woman that had an individual incarcerated for, I think, 20 years for less than two joints, who eventually got out. But anyway, she's I, I piss on politics. I don't want to talk about politics. I know. I mean, again, we're in such bad shape, and the enemy watches, and when a country or an area or any type of group is seen to be weak, you leave yourself open, for attack from your enemy who may uh, want to overtake you. And forgive me for saying this. For some of you, you do. For some of you who don't know, if you are a believer in the Bible, you're going to see that the United States is nowhere in the end time signs. So I don't know what that means, but some say we ain't a part of it. We fall. This country's going to fall. I hope it doesn't. I pray it doesn't. But um, go ask every great fighter if they thought they were going to be the baddest ass on the block forever. You're not. You're going to get your ass whipped. At some point, it's going to happen. Um, I've had my ass whipped many times. Growing up as an adult, I mean, it's. But to reign for so long and be seen as so weak as we are now, and if anybody thinks that we're not being viewed as being weak, you're just fucking blind. Um, that's why, regardless of your following, your party, pray for them all, man. They need it. They need it. Simplify and God bless.